personnel-wise, we graduated a bunch of very talented seniors. We've got to replace our quarterback, who arguably was one of the best players in Alachua County, or in this whole area last year. Damari Turner, who was the fastest guy in Alachua County, won the Alachua County track championship in the 100s, so we can make that case for him. We got to replace his big playability offensively, and then defensively having to replace Ike Walker and Tyrone Mullins and the like. It's going to be difficult, but I think we've got enough capable athletes, guys returning from last year, guys with some experience, that we can do that.
Obviously, you just listed a bunch of key pieces from last year's team gone. But what did these guys who were on last year's team and had that great experience, playoff appearance, a strong regular season, what do they take from that to move forward?
Well, I think they want to continue it, right?
Yeah.
If I was Calvin or Jaquez or Tristan or Tyler, I would want to say, hey, I was a big part of that, and let me show you how and why I was a big part of that. And they're going to be able to hopefully carry some of that forward and want to represent last year's team with this year's team.
Tell us a little bit about the schedule.
The schedule is not going to be an easy one.
Okay.
I think within our conference, we'll play our regular guys, right? Oak Hall, St. Joe's, St. John's Country Day, the Deaf, and we're going to be competitive in those games, I think. Out of conference, I think it's going to be fairly stout. We play Bronson, who should be improved. They'll be big and physical. Then we'll also play Chiefland to wrap up the regular season, and also Admiral Farragut out of Tampa. Both of those teams, I believe Chiefland was 6-5 last year, and Admiral Farragut just missed the playoffs. So we got our work cut out for us out of conference for sure.
Tell us about a new face or two this year that you expect to emerge, or that you're going to look to for some leadership or skill.
Well, I think it starts at the quarterback position, right? A guy who's a junior now, who has taken some snaps in the regular season the last couple of years, but not very many meaningful snaps. So for him to be able to step in and kind of continue, we're going to play the same style of football, but maybe he'll have to tweak it a little bit to suit his skill set. So I think looking forward to watching what he can do out there on the field. And then Jaquez Jackson and Calvin Littles both step into, instead of supporting roles like they were last year, really into, for lack of a better term, a starring role, right? They are main guys. They are our bell cows. So I'm looking forward to see how those guys progress through the preseason, and then how they grasp and really run with their roles on the team.
And for the record, who is the quarterback? We didn't get his name. Tyler Stone.
He'll be a junior this year. I've known Tyler since he's in kindergarten. I've coached him literally since he's in kindergarten. So for me as a coach, it's pretty cool, right? I get to see kind of him grow and to see what he can do. And then, up front, I think it's probably our best unit. Our first 5 guys up front might be our best group, all told. But we're not very deep. The experience level beyond those guys is not very high. Tristan McDaniel is our center, also my son. Sorry about that, he's fighting genetics. But he starts there with him, and then Stone Brush and Ethan Sloan are the guards. They have great size and really good feet. Ethan's also a baseball player who decided to try football this year. John Delicio returns at a tackle. He was an all-conference guy, an all-area guy, as a defensive end as well. So that core group of 4 is probably our strongest unit. We'll find that 5th guy through the preseason camp.
Where will your strength defensively be?
Probably the back end. With Calvin, Jaquez, and we got some quick guys there. Experience in linebacker spots is pretty good. Up front, we got decent size, but not a lot of depth. Once again, we'll play that 3-3-5, which will hopefully be able to use our speed and our athleticism to create some problems for other teams. Youth defensively, at a linebacker spot is big. In the spring game, we weren't great on the edges because we had a couple of young guys playing there, so we have to shore that up.